G'day and welcome to Who Watches Us, the movie podcast where we watch the movies, but who watches us?
Who watches us?
Exactly. I am Brendan.
I'm Alex.
Yep, that'll always be awkward. This is either going to be this is either going to be episode 1 or 2, depending on how well the edit comes out for the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
That we did with this. But, yeah, welcome to the podcast. We just watched The Meg.
Yes,
we did. And should probably give a quick little spoiler warning. We're going to go deep into talking about the plot and things that happened in this movie. So, you've been warned.
There's your warning.
Yep.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, bloody...
Bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Bit aggressive, but
very, very aggressive. Should we talk about why we're doing this podcast at all, or do you think? We covered it in episode 0.
We did, but we don't know if that'll see the light of day.
Yeah,
so let's
can stay with this.
Let's give it a little rundown.
Yeah, go for it.
Right, so it's basically just for fun. Just for fun. I want to watch more movies. Brendan wants to watch more movies.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a lot of movies. Brendan has.
Yeah. We're both looking for an excuse to watch movies and hang out together.
Flex some creative muscles.
Exactly.
Just have something to do, I think it'd just be a fun little side project.
Yeah.
Something to work on when you know.
Nice little passion project.
Yeah, exactly.
Something to look forward to in the week.
Honestly, I have been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I could not wait for Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad we waited to watch it together.
Yeah.
Because if I watched it by myself, I don't think it would have been as entertaining.
Yeah, it would have been so boring. I would have got so mad. It was funny this time around. Because anytime I got frustrated or something stupid happened, I could just burst out in some sort of exclamation, and then you'd laugh, and that'd make me laugh.
And a lot of stupid things happened in this movie.
A lot of stupid things happened.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Where do we want to lift off from? How do we want to start this?
So I guess we could get into this was my pick. I picked The Meg. I thought it'd be a fun movie to watch together because I basically thought it was going to be one of those movies that it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
I think it really sort of skirts that line. It's not terribly bad, but it's
also not super great.
It's not good either, but it's pretty comical, the concept of just
it is
big shark.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Big shark, Jason Statham.
Yeah. Yeah,
What's not to love?
This movie, starring Jason Statham, Bingbing Lee, and Rainn Wilson, and it's directed by John Turteltaub. I hope that's how you say that guy's name.
Probably.
Yeah. I enjoy a little bit of Stath in my movies. He basically just plays the same guy in every movie he's ever been in.
He plays the same guy in every single movie. It never gets old.
Yeah. At this point, it's probably just him, and he's not acting at all.
Yeah. It's Jason Statham is his part.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to audition anymore.
No. You know exactly what you're getting. That's probably why he's got so many of these, just fun, sort of action. I wouldn't say action comedy, but it's kind of a bit action ridiculous. I don't know how you would sort of
like a blockbuster.
Well, yeah. Have you seen Crank?
I have seen the first Crank, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of sums up his genre.
Yeah.
That he goes for.
He's got his own genre.
Yeah.
He's like The Rock, but British.
Yeah, okay.
And he plays the same role in every movie,
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I think The Rock's definitely been typecast in that sort of way now. Just like
Yeah,
action movie, plays the same
yeah,
sort of character. But that's
big
what
tough
people want
man.
to see. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can't really hate on it because that's pays the bills. Highest paid actor in the world, if
Yep.
that's still the stat.
It might be. Yeah, this movie came out in 2018. Yeah, 6 years ago.
It's crazy. I feel like it came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, but what do you think of the movie?
Yeah, pretty much what you said. It's just like not terribly bad, but it's not that great. Like I think it was entertaining at some parts, a
Yep.
bit silly in others, and kind of drags. It kind of drags a lot. I swear, we paused the movie like 3 times. We're like, whoa. I swear this movie, I thought this movie was done.
Yeah, 38 minutes into this movie. Like, I actually had to check the time. I'm like, are we done? Is this the movie? What else is going to happen?
uh,
It definitely hit all those like beats that you see in a typical movie, the hero's journey.
yeah.
Yeah. So, did you like the movie?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did, but I don't know if I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I think if it was on,
I'd
uh,
turn it off.
you turn it off.
I think I'd turn it off.
Yeah, let's do something else.
I feel like it's one of those movies that you watch and then you never watch again. It's one of those movies that you feel like you've already seen before.
Yeah, that's fair. Should we talk about the movie a little bit? Should we go through the
Yeah,
plot?
let's dive into it. Would you like to go first? We both prepared
Yeah.
notes while we were watching.
Yeah, we took a bit of notes. I reckon we can just talk through the plot, and then yeah, anytime you got some sort of little anecdotes that you want to throw in there, just interrupt me.
Yeah.
So I think we start this movie with some dudes in a submarine. Something's happening. Like something's
Yeah.
going down. And we don't really know what. And everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
Everyone in this submarine is not going through any protocols or
No.
like any checklists like that you would do in an emergency. I'm assuming something happened with this submarine,
Yeah.
and um, and
Jason Statham's been called down. He's part of like a rescue crew.
then yeah, he comes down and he helps
He's also
everybody.
bald.
Yeah, yep, that's true.
Sorry, I've got that in my notes.
That's great. That's a good note. But yeah, he comes down. He helps everyone out. He's got a couple friends, I think, that are either like on the submarine or on the crew with him to like save these dudes in the submarine. But something goes a bit critical when he's on his way out, and he basically has to like make a decision where he saves like I think it was like 10 or 11 people, but then
Yeah.
just has to let everyone else die.
There was like 8 other people died.
Yeah, everyone was panicking real hard in this moment, and then Mr. Statham is kind of just taking his time, just like,
Yeah.
oh fuck,
Oh fuck me!
what am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
So yeah, he pulls the trigger. They escape, and the submarine explodes. And I think Mr. Statham, he like sees something while he's down there. Like I think he sees the Meg.
Yeah. Yeah. His name in the movie is Jonas Taylor, but we'll just refer to him as Mr. Statham.
Oh
or
yeah,
Jason or
a lot of my
Jonas.
notes. Oh, actually, a lot of my notes say Jonas, so I might
Yeah.
just start
We'll-
calling him Jonas.
We'll go.
You can, it's interchangeable, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I couldn't find
Yeah.
a word for it. We will be using interchangeable.
I guess at this point, I didn't actually know his name, so I think I was just writing Statham for a little while. I did that with a couple of the characters. I wrote down their actual like character name, but then sometimes it was just the actor's name.
Mine was like descriptions of what they looked like or like
Oh,
what
no.
their role was. For
Oh, no,
Jason
I did that.
Statham, he was just Jason Statham or Jonas or
Yep.
um, after we'll get into it a little bit later. I have a couple of other names for him. Bold
Right,
Boy was one of
nice.
them. Bold Man,
Bold man, nice.
Beer Man.
Yeah, I think we after that we're thrown to like this. I think it's like an oil rig that's been converted to like a marine life base or something like that. Like
Kind of like a research station.
yeah, research station. Like it looks like an oil rig, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
assuming it's been converted
yeah.
by.
Jump forward a couple. I don't know if it's a couple years, a couple months.
Yeah,
They don't really
I missed that part. I think I was taking too
Yeah,
many notes. I missed
yeah.
some like
Honestly,
on
same.
screen text. But yeah, Rainn Wilson is the guy that pays for
Yeah,
the what do you
he's
call it,
basically
research
Elon
lab.
Musk. Research facility station. He's
Yeah,
basically Elon Musk.
he is. He's musking it up in this movie.
Yeah, we're also now in China, by the way. I don't remember where the last thing happened, but we're in China now.
Um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we're in the Chinese Sea. What is the Chinese Sea called? I actually need to look this up.
The Chinese Sea.
South China Sea. That's probably right.
Yeah, Chinese Sea.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's where this bloody research lab is. We go in the research lab and there's a child there. It's
Hmm.
very confusing. I don't think I'd ever take my kids to like an oil rig converted to research lab, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, so basically, the head researcher or researchers is the mother and the
Yep.
grandfather of this little girl.
Yep.
And that's basically the people on payroll for Rainn Wilson's character. He's funding all this, and they're doing all the research. They've got the team. They're basically filling him in on what's happening. They go
Yep.
down this elevator from the top of the oil rig slash research station, and then they come into this, I guess, the headquarters where the Elon Musk meets the team.
Yeah. And
Um,
there's a comical amount of wildlife when he comes down into that
the,
into that room. There's like two whales.
yeah, they're playing like whale noises and stuff,
Yeah,
trying to make a big impression.
yeah. The kid's mum, Su Yin, uh,
She's a marine biologist.
yeah, marine biologist, and Rain's like, oh, did you or try to orchestrate this? Did you like plan this for them to be here? And she's like, oh yeah, I played some like whale songs or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think that like the whale songs aren't actual like whale noises, and she actually writes whale
She
music.
composes whale music.
Yeah, and they just really fuck with it, and they're like, "Fuck yeah."
Damn. That's just fucking fire. What the fuck?
This slaps.
Anyway, what they're preparing for is they're going to go to the bottom of the Mariana Trench because they think that the bottom layer, basically the floor of the trench, is not actually a floor, it's like some type of gas content, and they can go beneath it. And they will be the first people to ever do that, so obviously big paycheck, big obviously scientific thing if you're into that, like a marine biologist would be. Lots of life under there, supposedly.
Yep.
So they're preparing for that mission. So who goes down?
You've
You've
got
got
Toshi.
Toshi.
You've got other dude. I don't remember his
I
name.
called him Beardman.
Okay, Toshi and Beardman and
And
a lady.
Laurie. Her name is
Laurie, yeah, who we find out a little bit later is Jonas's ex-wife.
Yeah. So basically, they're going in. Before they go, they've reached the bottom of the trench. Bit of a jump here, but it doesn't take long. So, and then they make a sexual innuendo about breaching or going in
Yeah,
the
like
thing.
insertion or something
Insertion, yeah, preparing for insertion.
like that. Yep.
Toshi has a little giggle. Best character, by the way. Um, so they go. They go underneath the surface, and basically all their wildest dreams have come true. They find all this life, the whole ecosystem under here,
Yep.
supported by like the thermal vents. It's just warm enough to support life or something.
Yeah, there's like this weird barrier in between these two ecosystems, and they call it the thermocline or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like this, like the barrier itself is like sub-zero or
Yeah, it's
whatever.
basically impenetrable because if they leave, they're just gonna die from exposure to really cold
Yeah,
temperatures.
yeah.
So it's
But
all
somehow
this.
like they can push their uh, craft through there, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's not like an actual layer or anything. It's just two different temperatures.
Yep.
So anyway, they're underneath. They're exploring. Everyone's getting real excited. And then, uh-oh, something's happened.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a shaking, a little bit of a bump. They see something coming on the sonar, and it's big. It's real big.
It's real big.
It's really big. You'll never guess what it is. It bumps into the ship. They're looking around. They're going, oh no. And then it bumps into the ship again, and then they lose contact.
Yeah, well, before then, like, I think one of the guys up at the research lab, he's like, oh, you said something bumped you. I'll get the rover, because they have like a little rover thingy
Ah,
down
that's
there.
right.
Uh, I'll get that and I'll go check it out. And then I think whatever it is down there, because it's a secret,
Yeah.
attacks the rover. And then the guy's like, I lost telemetry.
I lost telemetry.
Which is just such a weird way to say that.
He lost bloody telemetry, and there's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
Basically, he loses telemetry with the rover, and then they lose all telemetry
All
with
contact. Yeah.
with the
With the crew.
the crew, the submarine,
Yep.
the
Toshi and
submersible,
friends.
Toshi and friends.
Yep.
So, and then basically they're gonna need a rescue crew.
Yeah, but who are they going to call?
Who are they gonna call? One of the guys on this at this research station. I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago that they say
Yeah.
this same kind of thing happened. He said he saw something.
It's like nobody's attempted to go this deep for a rescue. And one guy's
Yeah.
like,
There's actually
well,
3 people.
I know someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know 3 people, and only one of them is still alive for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. You can probably guess who it is. It's Mr.
Yeah.
Jason Statham.
It's our boy Jonas.
Yeah. He's in
Yeah.
Thailand, so they take a little chopper to Thailand.
Yeah.
And when
First off, why the fuck did they do this mission? And then they just didn't have any protocols for like a rescue mission
yeah,
if something went wrong. Like they had
Yeah, they
no
were really-
backup plan.
they were really banking on everything going right.
They're like, this has to go right, and if it doesn't, I guess I know a guy that could help.
Yeah. But he probably won't help.
Yep.
So anyways, cut to Thailand. You see Jonas.
Isn't it? Is
And
it
he's-
Thailand?
It's in Thailand, yeah. He's just chilling in Thailand because why not? He's got business there, I guess. He has like a little boat company, or he lends a guy a boat. He charters boats.
He's hanging out.
He loves beer.
He does. He loves
like
a
him-
beer in his
I've
hand.
actually got a note here that says Jonas likes beer, and then I crossed that out and said Jonas loves beer. Because during a conversation, they dropped the sentence, or they dropped the word beer like 16 times about how much he likes beer. I should have counted.
Yeah, you should have been on the beer counter, but it's alright.
Yeah. Oh, unlucky. But anyways,
Yeah, so
there's two fellas, the dad and old mate.
yep.
They track him down. They went to his apartment. Don't know how they found out where he lived or how they got in, but they were in there. And then basically they do the whole spiel of like, oh, I'm not going to do it. And then they show him that his ex-wife is in trouble.
Yep.
And then he's like, all right, I'll do it. Basically, he says he won't do it, and then he does it instantly. That's
Yeah. Somehow he's just convinced, seemingly off screen. I don't
yeah,
think we ever like saw the resolution.
yeah. They
How
don't
long did
really
it take them to
do
get to
that.
Thailand, by the way? Like, they were in the middle of the ocean.
Chinese Ocean.
Yeah, I'm just watching back through the scenes. And this man literally always has a beer in his hand when he's in Thailand.
He loves beer.
He's like, the first time we see him in Thailand, he's sleeping at a table. He's got an empty beer in his hand, and then some lady comes up and swaps the beer in his hand. He's just bloody snoozing away.
He loves beer.
He does. He loves beer.
He really, really loves those Thai beers too.
Yeah. But yeah, they seemingly like, they hear he's in Thailand, and they somehow know exactly where he lives in Thailand. To the point where, like, I mean, they haven't seen this man in like 2 years, I think, and they know where he lives, and they break into his house and wait for him to show up. So he opens the door and he's just like,
You guys want a beer? Because I want one.
Yeah. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know why that's a trope in movies these days, to be in the person's house already, to like convince them to go on a mission with you. Like, this isn't the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, there was a reason why they sort of like broke into his
Yeah,
home
they're
in the
acting like
events.
secret
Yeah.
agents. They just look at wildlife.
They're just
They're
supposed
just-
to be his
one
friends.
one guy's like a rescue crew guy,
Yeah.
and then the other guys are just like marine biologists, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming they had to like make the plot point that it was his ex-wife just to get him to go there, because like he doesn't want to save normal people. Like, he has to have some sort of like emotional tie to the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yep, he's convinced.
he's convinced. He comes back with them to China,
Yeah.
to the research station. Basically, there's not much in between him just getting ready for the mission and going.
Yeah, that I think they cut back to the submarine, or like the whatever, the craft. What do you call them?
Submersible.
Submersible, man. You know all the words.
They called it a glider in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they cut back to Toshi and friends in the glider.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Not the glider. I was talking about something else.
So they go back to Toshi and friends in the not the glider,
The submersible.
the submersible. Yep. And they're mostly all good. Like, Laurie's injured. I think she's got like a screwdriver in her in her side or something like that.
Yeah, from being knocked around by the Meg.
Yeah.
They turn the lights on, so they're trying to reinstate like life support and stuff so they don't die.
Yeah.
And then when the lights come on, the Meg attacks the ship. Oh, the submersible.
Well, something attacks the ship.
Supposedly, at this point,
Yeah.
you think it's the Meg.
Yeah, we don't know.
No one
yet.
knows.
But yeah, Toshi's feeling pretty grim about everything. He's writing a letter to his wife on paper.
Yeah.
1,200 meters underwater.
Yeah.
You know.
Kind of wild.
Yeah. That's just how it
what
is
are you gonna do?
sometimes. You gotta hope for the
Sometimes
best.
you just got to get it out.
Yep. But yeah, I think they turn on the lights and then something bumps into the ship again. And then
and then Laurie's injured.
Yeah.
Screwdriver right into the belly.
Yeah, and then telemetry guy is like,
I've got telemetrics.
well, basically, like, telemetry guy's got no telemetry, but then he's able to use telemetry to figure out that the ship's been impacted. So this guy, like, he's either a liar or he's just not very good at his job.
He was a bit of a fucking whiner, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Never shut up. God.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be like the comic relief character, but he was just kind of annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even remember. DJ, I think is his name.
DJ, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, people are getting restless up at the research lab. You know, they've sent their friends to go find this other guy to help, but they're apparently that's taken too long. Even though they
So,
instantaneously teleported to Thailand.
so who other than the mother of the child?
Yeah.
She's gonna go down there and she's gonna try and save them.
Yeah. Su Yin is going down for an earlier rescue. Because for some
Because
reason.
she's a marine biologist and she knows how to rescue.
Yeah. Apparently. Spoiler, she doesn't do shit when she gets down there. She actually needs to get saved herself. Oh my god.
Yeah, but before that, so basically, she goes down.
Yep.
Jason Statham arrives.
Yep. No one's watching the kid, by the way.
No one's watching this kid. So Jason Statham goes to his little submersible. The kid's in there. I've got in my notes, the little girl is the pilot. I really thought that she was going to be piloting this fucking thing, and I wouldn't put it past
What
this
are you
movie.
talking about?
I thought the little girl was going to be driving the submersible down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Yep.
But she wasn't.
No.
You also find out that she is so fucking nosy. She's really nosy.
Very nosy child.
Very nosy child, putting herself in everybody's business.
Yeah, so I think just after this, like, Jonas and Mei Ying, I think her name is.
Yeah.
They have like a little bit of a bonding moment. Like, Jonas likes kids. Kid seems alright. Don't take it that way. But yeah, Jonas is like getting ready to do this job, and then like he's sitting on top of the water, and like the submersible or the glider or whatever that he's using to go save everyone is telling him like, all right, it's time to start. And he's up there and he's like, having PTSD, and he's hesitating.
I've got Beer Boy has PTSD.
Yeah. What?
I've got Beer Boy has PTSD.
Beer Boy, okay. One of his many monikers.
I told you, there's going to be lots of interchangeables.
Love it. But he gets over it pretty quick. He goes down, and then I think Su Yin, the mum, she like has her own encounter. Like, she passes the thermocline. She gets down there, and then something bumps her ship. And at this point, I thought, she's dying.
Yeah.
Like, she has to die right now. Like, that's just how these movies go. It's time to die. Spoiler, she doesn't die at this point.
Yeah.
And it's not the Meg. It's a big squid.
Big squid. But hold on a second.
What's going on?
Big squid is crushing Su Yin's glider.
Yep, somehow. This submersible glider that's built to withstand
the pressures of the
deep
bottom of
sea
the ocean.
pressure is getting squeezed by this giant squid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But then the squid, its grip lets up. You see purple blood floating in the water. What could it be big enough to take out a squid that big? You guessed it. The bloody Meg, mate.
Oh.
Oh.
I think at this point, Su Yin's just like, there's a fucking big shark.
Yeah, and then Jason Statham goes, "It's a Megalodon."
Instantly, it's like, it has to be a Megalodon. It has to be. And then he's also suddenly an expert about the Megalodon. Like, he knows that the light attracts the Megalodon for some reason, even though he like wasn't there with Toshi's friends.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was any light at the submarine incident either. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just an instant expert.
Yeah. Not the marine biologist though.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
Yeah, she does become an expert.
Yeah. So anyways, they have a bit of a kerfuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Su Yin's in trouble. She has to deploy her tanks, so basically she'll float up to the top of the ocean Jason forces her to because she's just going to get in the way. Jason lands his submersible on top of theirs.
Yep, docks.
He docks, forms like a seal, opens up his hatch, tries to open up theirs.
Yeah, he had to like MacGyver his way in there as well. Like he had to.
And then they just turn it from the bottom and open
it. Yeah.
And then they're rushing to get up this ladder, get into Jason's submersible, but they're running out of time. So Toshi's the last one to go. So what does he do? He puts his letter in Beardman's pocket, and he closes the hatch.
His letter to his wife. Yeah, my note for this part of the movie was Toshi didn't want to go home.
Yeah, I wrote, Toshi must hate his wife because he didn't even try. He kind of just let it happen. It kind of looked like he had time, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we'll just let him have his heroic moment. He gave up.
This is the first self-sacrifice of the movie.
Yeah, there may or may not be a couple more of those to come.
Yeah. So what happens?
So basically, after that, they pretty much get away safe. The shark attacks the submersible Toshi's still in, and they get away pretty much unscathed, make it back to the research facility. And at this point, this is what we were talking about before. We're like, is this movie done? He just...
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, movie is pretty much done, I guess. He kind of saved everyone except Toshi.
Yeah.
So
I wrote, the rescue lasted 38 minutes. Suyin congratulates Jonas by blaming him for Toshi killing himself. And then I wrote, is this movie over?
So yeah, there's a little bit of beef. Suyin blames Mr. Statham for Toshi's death. He's like, this is why I don't do this anymore. He goes to his quarters.
Yep.
Some time passes and some more exposition happens, I guess.
He has a PTSD shower.
Yeah, he has a PTSD shower.
Yep. He comes out of the shower and Suyin's barging into his room to apologize.
Yeah, she doesn't notice he's naked somehow because she doesn't look at him once.
Yeah.
And then she gets kind of flustered, and I've got in my notes, Suyin wants that bold penis.
Okay. Did you say bold penis?
Yeah. Just for a little bit of alliteration.
Nice. I wrote Suyin peeps on Jonas. Why is there a big circle window on his bedroom door?
Yeah, what is that? Everyone can just look straight in. And he was probably going to get changed there as well.
Yeah.
Just
probably. He might have been
cock
getting
out in
changed
front
already.
of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bold Bok.
His big bold Bok. And this is when I had another note.
Yeah.
It's not really related to the plot, but it just says, acting sometimes not very good.
That's amazing.
I think it had to do with the little girl. Obviously, she's a child. Her delivery is not amazing sometimes. I don't know if she speaks Chinese as well, so I don't think English, probably not her first language. So, considering that, it's like, I'm not going to give her any grief, but it just, sometimes the acting was not great. Suyin kind of talks like a robot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I did notice that. I don't have a note in here that criticizes Suyin's acting. But not a direct diss. I have like a compliment later that somehow it's like a double-edged sword. It like disses
backhanded compliment.
Yeah. We'll get to it a bit later.
It might not even be her acting. It could just be the way the script was written.
It could be. I think it might have just
the
been
delivery
like a second language barrier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we return to form. No one supervises the child again. they're all like upstairs having a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all upstairs having a meeting, and then Mei Ying is like downstairs underwater by herself. Like she's got like this little toy robot, and there's also like a little Roomba that's got like a shark fin on it. I thought that was a nice little touch, the Roomba with the shark fin.
That was a cute little detail.
I like it when Roombas have like little like dress up things on them. It's cute.
Some little subtle foreshadowing.
Yep.
Not really though, because the movie is called The Meg.
Yeah. I wrote, no one supervises this child except for the Meg. Because at this point, she's like in a big glass tube that's got like a walkway. She's just walking around, and like it keeps cutting to like Meg vision.
Yeah.
And like Meg is watching her. I'm like, the Meg does the most supervising of this child in the entire
anyone
movie.
in the entire movie.
Legit, like actual on-screen seconds and minutes. It's the Meg doing all of the work.
So yeah, she's playing with this toy, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And she, it runs into something, so she picks it up. And as she turns around, what does she see? A big shark face looking at her through the glass. It bites down on the glass, and you hear Mei Ying scream. And then everyone upstairs having a meeting is like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And then finally, for the first time in the movie, Su Yin is worried about her daughter. She goes, Mei Ying! And then they somehow know exactly where she is, so they're running to
I think they hear her scream.
Oh, do they? Okay.
I was going to make fun of that as well, but yeah, like she screams like a couple of times and they track her down that way.
Okay. Yes, basically they come there, and then they find her. The shark is gone. They're not really sure what's happened, so back at the HQ where they were monitoring the submersibles and stuff in the bottom of the ocean, they find out that there is a mega shark highway that was created when they left the temperature thing.
Yeah, when they bursted the thermocline.
Yeah, so
Elon
Musk has a little conniption. He's like, "Are you telling me we just made a freaking mega shark highway? What the frick?" So basically, the mega's on the loose.
Yeah. They did notice though, like when they go to see Mei Ying, that there's like a big bite mark in the glass, like the tube and stuff. They're like,
what could that be? Yeah, so they find out somehow it's come up here. Well, not somehow, they figure out how, but yeah.
Yep. And their solution to this is to try and track it down.
Yeah.
And
before trying to do some damage control.
Yeah. Like they want to deal with it themselves for some reason. They don't want to contact anyone. We should probably point out that like at this point, Rainn Wilson I don't know his actual like character name. But Rainn Wilson is like, he's getting like greedy about it. Like he wants like the first like exposure or whatever to this this Meg.
You realize he's not really in it for the scientific accolades. He's more in it for to gain
the glory,
the glory,
the money,
the notoriety, the wealth.
Yeah, he saw dollar signs.
Yeah, he's not in it for the love of the game.
No. So yeah, they go on a boat and they try to track it down. I don't remember how they know where it is.
I also don't remember. They figure it out somehow. There's some weird explanation.
Yeah. They seem to really know how to track it down.
They had so basically they had different ships and stuff, and they could see that the ships were being attacked.
Ah, yeah. Well, that's not their ship, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it was theirs or someone else's. They started just operating.
I don't think it's their ship because when they get there, there's like a huge shipwreck, and there's like sharks that have had like all their fins cut off and everything.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then there's a dramatic zoom in on Suyin's dad. And he's like,
That's my favorite part. All for a bowl of
like,
soup.
all for a bowl of soup, and it's like a really dramatic zoom in on his face. And my note was that a dramatic zoom on guy that hates soup.
All for a bowl of soup.
Yeah. So, they're out there, and the Meg is there swimming around,
Yeah.
and they're like, "All right, we gotta tag this bad boy,
Yeah,
so
we gotta do
can
something
find
fast.
it." Yeah. So my note here is Jason Statham shows off his swimming skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is along the lines of your note. Sometimes the acting's not very good, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I've got Ruby Rose can't decide what accent she's using. It's like at the start of the movie, she sounded really Australian.
Yeah, I could swear to God she had an Australian accent, but then she
Yeah.
kind of morphs into this American accent.
Yeah. I don't know if she adds anything to the movie.
Not
Like,
really.
at
She's
all.
just kind of there.
Like, there's a couple of characters that are purely there just to sort of drive the plot along. But I'm not sure Ruby Rose does anything in this movie at any point.
Nothing notable.
Like, there's like this doctor guy that wasn't happy that they were going to get Jonas involved with the rescue.
He thought he was crazy. He was the doctor that was on the mission a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So he's like, no. And he's like building tension. It's like, oh, are they going to get Jonas to do it? Didn't really build any tension, but
No, not really.
we all knew that
always
it was going to
do it.
happen. But that's why he was there. That was
Yeah.
his only role. He
Kind of
also
to give
just
him
like
a little bit of
immediately
redemption.
Sorry?
Kind of to give Jonas a little bit of redemption as well. Everyone was calling him crazy.
Yeah.
And, like, giving him shit for what happened because, like, he killed 8 people in their eyes.
Yeah.
Left them to die. That's why he went to Thailand and he stopped doing what he was doing.
Yeah. He forgives Jonas, so yeah, I guess you could see the redemption point of view for that one, and a bit of vindication, I guess.
Yeah. So they're trying to tag the Meg so they can
Yep.
they can keep tabs on it while they prepare to kill it. Essentially, they've got this neurotoxin kind of thing. I don't know if it's a neurotoxin they use
It's
it to
a
put whales to sleep.
yeah, it's just like a little sleepy serum for
Yeah.
killer whales.
Yeah, so they can, with enough of it, it'll just kill it.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
Yep.
That's the plan.
that is the plan. Jason Statham shows off his swimming skills. He's got his little spear gun. He swims out into the ocean right towards the Meg. What do they like? They do some sort of distraction, right?
So basically, he successfully tranks it,
Yeah.
but then because they're reeling him back in.
That wasn't the trank. That was the the tag, like the GPS tag.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the tag. So tag is what I meant to say, not
Yep.
trank. They tag him,
Yep.
and while he's being reeled back in, Suyin's like, stop, stop, stop. The vibrations are attracting the shark.
Yeah.
So they stop it, and then the shark starts coming after Jason Statham. So they're like, okay, we'll pull him back in again. So
They
start it
just
back up.
They just keep doing what they were already doing.
Yeah. So it's a cool scene where I almost call him Jason Momoa. Jason Statham is being chased by the Meg. And he, is trying to get away. He's holding on for dear life as he's been yanked in, and then he does a cool little dolphin move where he goes down and up and jumps back onto the ship. I don't know if that would actually work in real life, but it was cool to see, I guess.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. It looked a bit silly.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm kind of blacking out here. I have a big hole in my notes, so I kind of forget what happens here.
Yeah. So, what happens at this point? Like he
The shark just kind of leaves him alone for a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, he gets drawn back up to the boat, and I think someone else falls off the boat.
I think Jax, which is Ruby Rose's character.
Yeah. Um, well, I think that happens.
Hold on. Can we pause just slightly? Alright, sorry about that. Where were we?
Oh, good. So, Jason Statham, he gets pulled back onto the boat. He gets saved in dramatic fashion. The Meg sort of like swims off. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna use these. We're gonna use this like tranquilizer thingy to try and take the Meg out. So Suyin is like, well, I'm the expert, and I know all the secrets. I know all the like the soft spots on sharks. So I should be
Yep.
the one to go into this like little acrylic cage. I guess that's what Ruby Rose's character does. She explains the acrylic cage.
Yeah, she explains the acrylic cage. Maybe she's like a weapons and equipment kind of gal. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So Suyin goes down there, and while she's down there, I've got the note. She reveals her secret. Basically, her plan was she was just gonna try and shoot the Meg in the eye.
Like she couldn't have just told Jason Statham that.
Yeah, but I guess she had to be the one to go down there. But I think they run into a bit of trouble down there. So Jason Statham he starts putting his gear back on, and then he shows off his diving skills. And I think this one's a little bit more relevant because if you don't know already, Jason Statham used to be like a diver. He like
Isn't Olympic? Not Olympic. But
I looked it up. It was like Commonwealth
competitive?
Games. Yeah, in
Oh, okay.
in 1990, I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah, he was diving at the Commonwealth Games. So I've actually seen a couple of movies where he dives, and he shows off his immaculate diving technique.
you just got to demonstrate a little bit.
Yeah,
Show you he's got that dog in him, that diving dog.
he sure does. So yeah, a little bit of chaos ensues here. He dives in to try and help out Su Yin. The Meg's going crazy.
The Meg kind of demonstrates a little bit of intelligence here. Like it comes from the bottom
Yeah,
to kind of smash the cage and get her off kind of balance.
yeah,
And it's where the acrylic isn't. So
yep.
yeah, it's just like metal.
Yeah, so like when the Meg like bites this cage, sort of like drags it around. Somehow Jason Statham is able to like, because the cage is connected to the boat, and Statham is like diving down the cable to get to the cage. He can hold on while it's like thrashing around, but
Yeah.
it's also like thrashing the boat around, and people are like falling off the boat left and right.
Yeah, and also it's really far out. Like I
Yeah.
don't know how he's pulled himself along so quickly.
Yeah, I have no idea. He's a bloody weapon.
Mm.
As you said, he's got that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him, that diving dog.
So Ruby Rose, Jax, falls off the boat. She's up against the side of the boat, and the Meg's coming in her direction. And she is just like trying to scale the boat from the side of the boat. There's like nowhere to grab. For some reason, like she doesn't try to swim around to the back of the boat, which is like maybe a meter away, so she can get up on the step or whatever. She's just slapping at the side, and then someone rescues her and puts down like a little ladder and saves her. And I wrote the note, no one seems to die in this movie.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times where, I mean, people almost die a lot, and there's a couple of
Yeah.
times when people die.
Good couple close calls. But the only person who's really died is the people on the poaching boat and Toshi.
Yeah. But I was getting a little bit frustrated at this point. I'm like, I need to see some people die. Like this is what's going on. So more people fall off the boat again, and then they get back on the boat and they live. I was getting so annoyed. So I think Suyin is like, she like cracked her helmet or whatever.
Yeah, she's been thrashed around and her helmet's been hit the bottom of the cage.
Yeah. But the Meg, like, because it was biting onto the cage, she like shot the trank dart into the Meg's mouth.
Mm.
And then it was like, oh fuck that, and
Yeah.
swam away.
He kind of noped out of there.
Yeah. Statham saves Suyin again. The shark dies, and then they somehow get the shark onto the boat, and they like
Yeah.
string it up like you do, like you see all those like commercial boats stringing up
Yeah.
like big catches of sharks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like comically large, and somehow it's on this small boat.
Yeah.
And at this point, I was like, the like scale of this shark is really inconsistent in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're like taking photos with it, or Beardman's trying to take a photo with it, and he gets a little scare because DJ is messing with the crane and makes him think the shark is still alive.
Yeah, and there was another one where I was like, these guys, they just can't stay on the boat. They just keep.
Yeah, Beardman falls off the boat again in terror.
So at this point, I'm like, that's a little bit weird. And then one of the characters is like, the size of this mouth for the shark, it doesn't really match the bite marks that was on the tube. And I was like, oh shit, it might be a baby.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this fucking giant ass Meg jumps out of the water and eats the baby.
Eats the baby. It jumps out of the water, swallowing Beardman because he's still in the water,
Yeah.
farting around.
Yeah.
And then grabs onto the baby and it's just kind of flopped across the boat. It's
Yeah.
wrecking shit. And
Yeah,
then
boat's fucked up.
The boat's fucked up. It starts to capsize. The dad gets knocked off.
Yeah.
He gets pretty seriously injured.
Yep. Mortally injured, you might say.
Mortally injured, yeah.
Yeah, and at this point, people are dying left and right, and I'm thrilled. I'm like,
Yeah,
here we go.
I've got yeah. So my notes for the fast thing is the Meg is dead. The Meg is back, but bigger.
Yeah.
Beardman is eaten. Dad and everyone knocked off boat.
Yep.
Shit is hitting the fan.
We actually skipped over a death of or maybe this is around about the same time. Like the Meg's going a bit nuts. We have our second sacrifice. The Doctor sacrifices himself.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Thrashes
So
around in the water to save Jax, I think it is.
Yeah. This is right after, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all trying to get their bearings, you know.
Yeah.
There's a couple lifeboats around. They're kind of just trying to get everyone grouped up.
Yeah.
And Jackson, the Doctor, are way out. I've got him as Dr. Hella. I'm pretty sure that's
Oh,
his name.
hella, yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess to kind of make up for his sins of being an asshole to Jason Statham, he's like, I'm going to do this. He basically starts thrashing around so Jax can make it to the boat where they are standing on. And then Rainn Wilson calls for backup.
Yeah.
Right before this happens, they make it to a lifeboat after that.
Yeah,
after a
Mac
little sad moment.
gets to a lifeboat and he fucking hooks everyone up with some sweet boats.
Yeah. Oh, but before that, I forgot. This is one of my favorite parts. DJ has a conniption, then has a conniption, but also raps his conniption. he starts rapping. He starts just rapping, pretty much.
Yeah. I at this point I wrote, this telemetry guy is providing 0 to the team.
Yeah, he just kind of sits there and whinges and kind of raps a little bit.
Yeah. But bloody Bar, Suyin's dad, mortally injured on these little like rafty boats thing that Mac hooked us up with. And my note that I've got here, this is the backhanded compliment, is that Suyin and Bar act way better in Mandarin.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I was like, all right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, my note is Dad is dying, making getaway. Meg is giving chase.
Yeah, he's kind of just like following behind.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think like a helicopter shows up. Like that's Rainn
Yeah.
Wilson's backup. They got there real quick, by the way.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
Yeah, and they tag the real Meg this time
Yeah.
with some GPS. But they arrive back at the research lab.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You're skipping over or something. So they tag it, and they open fire on it.
Oh yeah.
So they start shooting at it, and then, Dad starts giving. So this is my note. Dad is giving sad monologue. Death's gonna die. Dad is dead. Sad face. Bar.
Okay.
They arrive at the research station.
Yeah, and at this point, I would get so frustrated with them because they have no sense of urgency to get out of the fucking water. Like, they arrive on these little tiny, like, lifeboats at the research thing, and then they just kind of hang out in the boat for a little bit. Like, they just don't get out.
Having a sad moment.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So basically, we forgot to say, when you think the Meg is dead, you're like, all right, is this movie over? That's the second time we're like, is the movie done now? Like,
yeah.
But
we had our second ending that wasn't a real ending.
Yeah. So basically, the mum and the girl reunite after they get back to the research station.
Yep. Suyin breaks the bad news about Bar.
Yeah.
And my note here is, if Suyin leaves Mei one more fucking time, I'm gonna lose it. That she just leaves this kid by herself constantly.
Yeah. My note is Suyin is now Sad Yin.
Yep. Nice.
Beer Man comforts her. They bond over sad times.
Yep. So we're in the research lab, and Rainn Wilson is he's given a bit of a speech about how he's informed all the governments of all the surrounding countries and stuff. The situation and how they're gonna deal with it in a military capacity. Just sort of giving a little bit of a speech, and I'm like, dude, people died and it's his fault, and no one gives a fuck. No one's blaming him.
Yeah, pretty much.
They loved blaming people before.
Yeah,
but now
they love blaming Jason Statham.
Yeah,
but not Rich Guy.
Yeah. So
in all my notes, I just refer to him as Rich Man.
Nice. And then Rainn's back at it again, man. Mr. Rich Guy.
He kind of takes things into his own hands.
Yeah, it turns out he didn't tell any of the governments about it, and he just wants to fucking kill the Meg for the glory. Because apparently it's going to be a bunch of
lawsuits and all that kind of stuff. He basically says, "Trust me, bro." That's what he says to the guy in the helicopter. He's like, "Just trust me, bro. We'll do this."
Yeah, and they've got fucking depth charges and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go out there. They find some sort of large aquatic animal and they depth charge it, and then they go check it out, and it turns out it's a fucking whale. There's so many fucking whales in this movie. Whales are supposed to be super rare. There's 5 whales in this movie.
Yeah.
2 whales get eaten by the Meg alone.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, my note is, why are there so many whales? And then I forgot. Rainn adds himself as garnish to a nice whale steak for the Meg.
Yeah, all these sharks were supposedly cannibalizing the big shark. That's what you think in the moment.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, this is a whale," and then they leave Rainn behind. And then he's like, "Oh, that's okay," and then he gets eaten.
Yeah, because they go to escape, but they escape too quickly, and he falls off the end of the boat or whatever.
Yeah, and this is where you find out that he lied about, telling the government. He just went to go take care of it himself, so he didn't have to, he wouldn't be any trouble.
Yeah.
So they figure out that the Meg is still alive, and the crew decides to take it out.
Yep. They decide they're going to deal with the situation because they're the most equipped for some reason.
Yeah.
But they recognize that the Meg is heading towards Sanya Bay.
Yeah.
And according to them. It's like one of the most densely populated beaches in the world or something. So they're gonna go try and save all these people. They don't save any, like they barely save anybody.
Yeah, I feel like I said that they plan to wine and dine Le Shark. That's because that's what Su Yin was talking about. I'm like, are they actually using the people as bait? That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
But they were playing cool music at the beach.
They were. There was a wedding going on one of the like little yachts and stuff, and that's where you see the best character in the movie.
Yeah, there's a dog. His name is
Pippin.
Pippin. Pippin the bloody dog.
Pippin jumps in the water after, because like they do like a celebratory, the wedding party. They like jump into the water.
Yeah, they're
and
on
take like a
yacht.
photo or something like that, and then Pippin jumps in after because Pippin's a bloody good boy. But then the Meg's coming.
Oh yeah. You think you are so on the they basically eat all the wedding goers, the Meg.
Yep.
Eats Pippin.
I think that yeah.
Kind of Pippin gets off screened.
Yeah.
It's pretty undeserving for a character like that, but you know.
Just
And
how
then
it
this
is.
is where I have a massive hole in my notes. 'Cause
Yeah,
was
I
just
mean,
watching.
it makes sense because it's like this is where all of the action in the movie, like the interesting action, but also like pretty gruesome action, is
Yeah.
in this movie because it's just the Meg eating like hundreds of Chinese people
Yeah.
on this
Really
bay.
just going to town.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're
And,
Chinese. They were all speaking Mandarin. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so many people getting eaten left and right, and the movie tries to build some sort of tension with this like little fat kid that's in the water when he wasn't supposed to be, and his mum's all sad on the beach, like yelling after him. He doesn't get eaten. It's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yep. So like, he's about to eat this fat kid and like a bunch of other people swimming in the water, and then their plan for saving all the people on the beach was to just put like a speaker in the ground and play some of these like
So play
whale
whale
songs.
noises.
Yeah.
They were playing whale dubstep.
Yep.
And then the Meg was like, "Oh shit!" And he's coming to check it out. Because obviously, fucking why not?
Yeah. Even though like fucking 200 people just got eaten, like they're a little bit like,
Yeah.
why'd they take so fucking long?
I don't know. They got to Thailand in like 2 nanoseconds, but Sanya Bay was a little bit far.
Yeah, just a little bit too far. Yeah, they're dealing with the Meg. At this point, like, yeah, it's a bit of a blur for me as well. Like, the Meg shows up, eats the speaker, they get into a scuffle with the Meg.
Lots of just, kind of running and baiting the shark, trying to get one over on it.
Yeah, like,
Trying to hit it with the tranquilizer enough to make it die.
yeah, bloody Jonas and Suyin, they're both in gliders and they're like trying to do like maneuvers around the Meg to confuse it or whatever, or like drag it away from the boat.
Yeah, they're kind of like doing a bait and switch where one person will bait it and the other will attack it. They'll kind of like play a game of chicken with the Megalodon essentially.
Yeah, and they're on like a shipping freight or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
The Meg hits the freight because like they're terrible at their job, and they knock a bunch of people in the water again.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Editing Brendan. Turns out I was completely wrong here, and I guess Alex didn't catch it either. The shark did not crash into the boat. 2 helicopters crashed into each other and landed on the boat, and then people had to jump from the boat so they didn't get crushed by helicopters. I don't know how this went over our heads. I guess this movie is just a bit crazy. Okay, bye.
Basically, it's DJ and the little girl in the water.
Yeah, fucking Mei Ying gets knocked into the water. But they're fine. Like,
yeah.
DJ's freaking out in the water because he can't swim, but he's got a life jacket on, and Mei Ying calms him down. And then all of a sudden, like, they get like a little bit of a jump scare. Something bursts out of the water, but it's Su Yin in her glider, and she's kind of just looking over at Mei Ying. And Mei Ying's like, "Mom."
Yeah, she's like,
You're back.
Mom, are you okay? She's like, yes. And then the little girl, she doesn't ask the little girl if she's okay.
Yeah.
And then the little girl just goes, yeah, I'm okay too.
Yeah. And my note
Su
here
Yin is a terrible mother.
Yeah, Su Yin is a terrible mum, is my note. Like, she is a fucking god-awful mum. She's awful. She's too fucking busy trying to woo Jonas.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So Jonas, so Su Yin's out. I think something's wrong with her ship or something.
Yeah.
But Jonas is kind of soloing the Megalodon.
Yep.
It's like no diff. He's just fucking soloing. But yeah, I think Jonas sustains a little bit of damage on his ship. It's kind of not working as intended. So he uses the sharp, jagged things on his ship to do a little maneuver and slice open the Megalodon's belly. It's kind of like a Hail Mary suicide attack.
Yeah.
But this is where we thought we saw this third sacrifice.
Yeah. It was a fake sacrifice. He lived. It was fine.
He lived. The Megalodon kind of chomps onto the thing.
Yeah. Keeps chomping on the glider. The glider gets fucked up.
Yeah.
And then Jonas escapes the glider because it's all like burst open and everything. And I think he's got something in the glider, and he's
got like a rebreather.
Yeah. But he has like some sort of tool as well, like some like long stick or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't really remember.
That's what it's gonna use.
Yeah. So while the Meg is like biting the glider, he like sticks this weapon, I guess, into the Meg's eye.
Yeah.
And the Meg freaks out.
Yeah, starts swimming around like crazy. For some reason, it jumps out of the water.
Yeah, and then Jonas is somehow still
he's like
holding on for dear life.
I think he stabbed a knife into the Meg as well. So he was gripping on with a knife, and then he stabbed the thing in, and he's trying to push it in, and then the Meg jumps into the air. He shoves it all the way in. You see the life leave the Meg's eyes.
Yep. The Meg dies.
They fall into the ocean together.
Yep.
Jonas is okay. You kind of get a jump scare because you think there might be another Meg, but it's just a regular shark. A feeding frenzy kind of ensues. All the other sharks start eating the Meg from its bloody belly.
Yep. Hammerhead comes for Jonas, and then Su Yin saves him with the glider. Mei Ying's not there. Thank God she's not in the glider with Su Yin, but I'm also thinking she's fucking gone again. not taking care of Mei Ying.
Yeah. But the Meg is dead, and this is where you get a real good surprise. Pippin is alive. Pippin's alive and well.
Yep.
I wrote, Meg is dead, Pippin's alive, Pog.
Yep. Man, we really broke down this movie.
And then I wrote, everyone enjoys some tea after epic battle. And then the movie says Finn, and then a Chinese version of
I think it was Vietnamese.
Mickey. Oh, was it Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chinese, I just wrote Chinese banger plays.
Yeah.
The Meg. That was the Meg.
That was the Meg.
Man, we really went in depth.
Yeah. We took a lot of notes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, maybe a little, maybe a few too many.
Yeah.
Notes, but
it's all a learning process though. It was the first real episode. This is the first time we've done notes. For the last episode, we didn't really prepare too many notes.
Yeah.
We kind of just winged it.
Yeah. So, Alex, I'd like to know your favorite part of the movie. You said it earlier, I think.
I really like the part where you said, "Oh, that for a bowl of soup." I really thought that was funny. It wasn't meant to be funny.
Yeah.
Just thought it was funny. I liked when DJ started rapping because it was so just out of nowhere. That was kind of funny. And I liked when you found out Pippin was alive.
Yeah.
That's the top 3 moments.
Same. Yeah, I liked finding out Pippin was alive. There was a shot where, they kind of overdid it a little bit. But they had a shot of like this person on a surfboard, like standing on a surfboard or whatever, and they had like a paddle. Um, I don't know if it's called like paddle boarding or whatever.
I think so.
And like the Meg like swims under them, and it looks really cool. I thought it was a
Cool
really
shot.
nice shot. They overdid it, like they did it a lot, but I
Yeah,
thought it looked really nice.
pretty cool shot.
God, do I have another favorite bit? I did like the little moment between Suyin and Bar.
Yeah,
Like it, that was like the first like genuine thing you see in the movie.
yeah, genuinely.
Yeah. And maybe it just seemed more genuine because I don't speak Mandarin very well.
Yeah. I can't really.
The diving bit, yeah, Jason Statham diving. That I got really excited by that bit.
He did it! He did the thing!
He's diving.
I don't know if there's any like least favorite parts I can think about. Like,
It had to be every
It's
time
gotta
they
be-
fucking left Maying by themselves.
yeah, pretty
Like
much.
it drove me nuts.
Mm,
I was just always thinking about it. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe when you become a dad,
yeah,
it becomes a little bit more apparent. But
yeah.
fucking hell, it was driving me nuts. Like, why is no one watching the child?
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite silly. Couldn't even get a babysitter. Couldn't get a babysitter.
No babysitter, can't
No
do it.
babysitter. My
Even
life
if there's
is
a
my
fucking
work.
giant ass shark,
Yeah, my child
Megalodon.
is gonna stay in the vicinity. We're not going.
yeah, keep the child there. Definitely don't let it leave the research lab and get onto land where it can't be eaten by megalodons. That
Yeah.
would be silly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I had a prediction. Like, this is after they find out that they didn't kill the Meg,
Yep.
then they just killed the little one. I said, prediction, little girl saves the day. Didn't come to fruition.
It did not.
It did not. I thought the little girl was going to do something heroic. I mean, I wouldn't put it past this movie.
I mean, she's too busy taking care of herself to take care
Yeah.
of anyone else.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. So what do you think you're gonna rate this one?
I'd give this movie like a 5. I'd give this movie like a real strong 5.
Yep.
I think that's pretty fair rating.
I think that's also very fair. You know what I gave this movie?
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 5.
Yeah.
Just a dead
Nothing-
on 5.
Nothing in this movie blew me away.
Yep.
I don't think it's anything revolutionary. I don't think it's trying to do anything new. I think it's just trying to be, some action blockbuster kind of. I wouldn't know if it's kind of. It wouldn't be like a family movie. I guess it's kind of probably more directed at like teenagers.
Definitely not a family movie.
Definitely not. But,
Yeah, it's just like a action comedy movie, I guess.
yeah.
Because it is comical at times.
Yeah.
IMDb 5.7 out of 10. So yeah, seems like it tracks. And then
Yeah.
my Who Watches Us spreadsheet, it looks like the average rating is 4.7. So yeah, we're definitely right in the middle of those.
Yeah.
And our ratings combined, that's an average rating of 5. That's just some quick maths.
Sort of quick maths.
Yeah, 10,
5.
10 divided by 2.
10 divided by 2. What's that?
That's 5.
Is it? I guess that's 5.
It sure is. So what I think we were missing from episode 0 is, should other people watch this movie?
I'd give it a watch. Maybe chuck it on with some friends.
Yep.
If you don't know, if you're not feeling, you can't think of anything to watch, you just want to watch something dumb.
Yep.
Not really something you have to pay too much attention to, just something you can laugh at. Yeah, chuck it on.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yep. I would say the same. Yeah, watch it with friends. Have as many beers
Yeah, I was about to say you can probably make a drinking game out of it.
Yeah,
Every
as
time,
many
every
beers as
time the
Jonas has.
shark,
Yeah.
yeah, every time Jonas says beer, take a drink. Every time the shark is on screen, take a drink. Um, Anytime Su Yin is not supervising Mei Yin, take a drink.
Oh my god.
You won't make it through that movie without getting alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, definitely just kind of like a throwaway kind of gag movie.
Yep.
Don't go into it expecting anything revolutionary, but
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
forgettable, but it's a fun ride if you're with friends.
yeah, exactly.
Cool. So Alex, what are we watching next week? It's your pick.
Mm, fuck, I didn't prepare anything. um, I, ooh, mm, how could I forget like one of the main premises of this podcast?
So
I
you
was
have
just
to
so
pick a movie.
excited. I was just so excited to watch another movie that I didn't even. I literally completely forgot that I have to pick one.
Yeah, I reckon each time it's someone's pick, they introduce the episode as well. Like
Oh,
I introduce this one, you can introduce the next one.
okay. You know what movie I have been meaning to watch for a while now? The original Alien.
Ooh, that's good.
I've been wanting to watch that for a while. I've heard it's actually really good, and I've been meaning to watch it. So I
Yeah,
think
I love that
next
movie.
week
And yeah,
we should watch Alien.
lock it in.
Lock
We
it
are
in.
watching Alien.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Thank you for listening to Who Watches Us. I had a blast.
Me
Yeah, I
too.
definitely think this is episode 1.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yep.
It definitely feels a lot better than last time. It was a lot more structured,
Yep.
and yeah, definitely not nearly as awkward, but just as much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, give us a rate, give us a subscribe if you want to. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.